General Hospital spoilers tease that for Trina Robinson, life feels like a chess game where she must remain the master strategist. As she confides in her best friend, Jocelyn Jacks, Trina reveals that keeping control of her life is not just a preference, it's a necessity. She thrives on order, and unexpected disruptions throw her off balance. This mindset often shapes her relationships, especially with Kai Taylor, a persistent suitor who seems determined to win her over. Kai's attempts to surprise Trina, though well-meaning, only add fuel to the fire of her skepticism. She's seen him before, barging into her carefully curated world, and she's made it clear she has no time for him. Despite Kai's charm and relentless efforts, Trina views him as an arrogant jock, a label she's unwilling to reconsider, no matter how hard he tries. Their interactions often spiral into a clash of personalities, a classic case of hate at first sight that Kai struggles to overturn. But why does Trina resist so strongly? It could be that Kai's unpredictable nature mirrors something deeper within herself, a fear of losing control that she isn't ready to confront. The tension between them becomes not just a battle of wills but a reflection of Trina's own internal conflict. Kai Taylor, from arrogance to redemption. Meanwhile, Kai Taylor's world is undergoing a transformation. He's aware of the image he projects, the cocky athlete who coasts by on charm. But Trina's refusal to give him the time of day has sparked something unexpected in him, a desire to prove he's more than meets the eye. Kai has thrown himself into his studies, hoping that academic dedication might soften Trina's opinion of him. Kai's efforts are more than superficial, they reveal a deeper longing for validation. He's not just chasing Trina, he's fighting to redefine himself. Yet, his progress is slow. Trina's defenses remain firmly in place, and Kai knows that winning her trust will require more than just good grades or grand gestures. It's about consistency, humility, and patience, qualities he's only beginning to cultivate. Could Kai's persistence eventually wear down Trina's walls? Or will his pursuit only push her further away? The tension between their goals and personalities keeps their dynamic electric, making every interaction a turning point in their complicated relationship. Conversations of healing, Dex and Kai reflect. While Kai wrestles with his feelings for Trina, he finds a sounding board in Dex Heller. Their conversation veers from casual banter about mutual acquaintances to a more introspective discussion about relationships and trust. Dex, often a voice of reason, encourages Kai to stay the course with Trina but reminds him to respect her boundaries. For Kai, these talks are grounding. Dex's insights help him see the bigger picture, framing his pursuit of Trina not as a conquest but as a journey of personal growth. As Kai reflects on his interactions with Trina, he begins to understand that her skepticism isn't just about him, it's a product of her own struggles. This realization marks a pivotal moment for Kai, as he shifts his approach from trying to win Trina over to simply being there for her, no strings attached. The weight of loss, TJ and Jordan's shared pain. Over at the hospital, a poignant conversation unfolds between TJ and his mother, Jordan Ashford. In the quiet of an office, they grapple with a shared grief that has haunted them for weeks. TJ opens up about a connection he's found with Alexis Davis, both having experienced the profound loss of a daughter. For TJ, the death of his sister Sam McCall is a wound that refuses to heal, exacerbated by the turmoil surrounding his partner, Molly Lansing Davis. Molly and TJ's relationship has been tested by an avalanche of tragedies, from the devastating loss of their unborn child to the impending trial of Ava Jerome. Ava's involvement has stirred tensions within their circle, particularly with Christina Corinthos Davis, who TJ may quietly blame for some of the pain they've endured. Jordan, ever the stoic, listens with empathy, offering words of comfort that only a mother can. Yet, even her strength is tested as she navigates her own grief alongside her son's. Alexis Davis, the unyielding voice of truth. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis finds herself in the thick of the drama, her sharp wit and no-nonsense attitude cutting through the chaos. When faced with someone trying to sidestep accountability, Alexis doesn't hesitate to demand, "Cut the crap." Her directness is a refreshing counterpoint to the emotional turmoil surrounding her, offering a sense of clarity in a world clouded by grief and uncertainty. Alexis's role extends beyond her legal expertise. She becomes a pillar for those around her, offering guidance and support in moments when it's needed most. Her connection with TJ deepens, built on their shared understanding of loss. Together, they form an unlikely alliance, finding solace in their mutual resilience. A complex web of relationships. As these narratives intertwine, they paint a vivid picture of life in Port Charles, a tapestry of love, loss, and relentless perseverance. From Trina's struggle for control to Kai's quest for redemption, from TJ and Jordan's shared grief to Alexis's unyielding voice of reason, every character is grappling with challenges that force them to confront their deepest fears and desires. In this evolving drama, one thing is clear: every conversation, every choice, and every conflict adds another layer to the intricate web of relationships that define their lives. And as they navigate the highs and lows, they remind us that even in the face of heartbreak, there's always hope for healing and growth. Jason Morgan finds himself facing an unexpected twist as he pores over Sam McCall's recently unearthed will. His confusion is palpable as he mutters, "Why wasn't I told about this?" The document, written years ago, reveals wishes that no longer align with the current reality. At the time of its drafting, Jason was presumed dead, and Sam had named Drew Quartermaine as the legal guardian of her children, Danny Morgan and Scott Quartermaine, should anything happen to her. This revelation leaves Jason deeply unsettled. Danny, longing to stay with Jason, faces a heartbreaking dilemma. He doesn't want to leave Scout or their cousin, Rocco Falconeri. The complexities of blended families and old assumptions rear their heads, leaving Jason grappling with how to honor Sam's wishes while ensuring the children's emotional well-being. As Jason tries to reconcile the past and present, he realizes how fragile plans can be. Who could have foreseen the tragic loss of Sam? Her will not only speaks to a time long gone but also reminds Jason of the bonds and challenges that will forever define their family. Christina's quest for justice. Elsewhere, Christina Corinthos engages in a fiery conversation with her father, Sonny. Her words are laced with determination as she declares, "I don't want to just survive, I want justice." The pain and anger are evident as Christina grapples with the aftermath of her devastating accident at the Metro Court, which led to the loss of the baby she was carrying for Molly Lansing Davis and TJ Ashford. Christina has placed full blame on Ava Jerome for the incident, and the trial looms over her like a dark cloud. The situation is further complicated by Rick Lansing's involvement, as he seems intent on portraying the tragic event as an accident. This move only deepens Christina's frustration, especially since it threatens to undermine the justice she so desperately seeks. Rick's photos, captured under Sonny's orders, could prove to be the tipping point. As the case unfolds, Christina's testimony becomes pivotal. Her struggle is not just about avenging the loss but about reclaiming her agency in a world where tragedy has stripped so much from her. Alexis Davis draws the line. Meanwhile, Alexis Davis is in no mood for games. Her sharp tone cuts through the air as she demands someone to cut the crap and start talking. Alexis's plate is already overflowing. On one hand, she's been preoccupied with locating Sam's will and deciphering its implications for her grandchildren. On the other, she finds herself reluctantly involved in Ava's trial, a case that has stirred intense emotions within her family. The situation takes a turn when Molly informs her mother that Rick, her father, has called her as a witness for Ava. Alexis is livid, her frustration boiling over at what she perceives as Rick's manipulation of their daughter. Her outburst could be directed at Rick, or it might be aimed at another party altogether, but one thing is certain: Alexis is done with nonsense. Her ability to juggle personal grief, family turmoil, and her professional role is being tested to its limits. Chase offers support to Dante. Harrison Chase finds himself stepping into the role of a confidant as he consoles Dante Falconeri, who is reeling from the devastating loss of Sam McCall. Chase's words are soft but steady: "You're not alone, partner." As someone who has recently experienced the pain of losing a loved one, Chase's empathy is heartfelt and genuine. He understands grief intimately, having lost his own father, Gregory Chase, after a prolonged illness. Unlike Dante's sudden loss, Chase had the bittersweet opportunity to say goodbye. Gregory's death, though inevitable, came quickly once his illness was disclosed to the family. Dante, on the other hand, had only been engaged to Sam for a few precious hours before tragedy struck. The contrast in their experiences of loss creates a poignant connection between the two men, as they navigate the shared pain of unexpected goodbyes. A complex trial and unresolved tensions. The trial of Ava Jerome serves as the chaotic backdrop for these personal dramas. Rick Lansing's strategy, which includes calling Molly as a witness, adds a layer of familial tension that threatens to unravel already strained relationships. Christina, Dante, and Molly are all key witnesses, their testimony shaping the narrative of Ava's role in the tragic events. Rick's involvement, with his covertly captured photos, hints at hidden truths that could shift the trial's trajectory. Meanwhile, Alexis's simmering anger at Rick underscores the fractures within their family, as personal and professional conflicts collide. The trial becomes not just a legal battle but a crucible for resolving or deepening long-standing family rifts. Unyielding bonds in the face of tragedy. Amidst the chaos and heartbreak, the characters of Port Charles are bound by their shared grief and resilience. From Jason's attempts to honor Sam's legacy to Christina's fight for justice, from Chase's empathetic support of Dante to Alexis's fierce protection of her family, every thread weaves into a larger story of love, loss, and perseverance. As they confront their challenges, they reveal the depth of their connections and the strength that comes from unity, even in the face of overwhelming tragedy. Their lives, though marked by pain, serve as a testament to the enduring power of hope and the unbreakable bonds of family. The custody question: who will step up for Danny and Scout? The sudden loss of Sam McCall has left Port Charles grappling with the fate of her children, Danny and Scout. Three potential guardians, Drew Kane, Jason Morgan, and Dante Falconeri, stand at the center of a brewing custody battle. Each of these men has a unique connection to Sam and her children, but only one will ultimately step forward to raise them. The stakes are high, emotions are running hot, and the Port Charles community is watching every move. The question on everyone's mind: who is the best choice to become the guardian of these two children who've already endured so much loss? Dante Falconeri, the calm amidst the storm. Dante Falconeri emerges as the most stable option among the contenders. Though he is neither Danny's nor Scout's biological father, Dante's bond with the children has grown deeper over the years. He has been living with Sam and the kids while also parenting his son Rocco, seamlessly blending their families. Dante's temperament and grounded nature make him an ideal candidate. His law enforcement background has given him the tools to navigate the challenges of raising children while maintaining a sense of stability in an unpredictable world. But there's an emotional layer to Dante's role as well. He loved Sam deeply and sees himself as the protector of the family they built together. The community supports Dante's candidacy, and it's hard to argue against his consistency and devotion. Yet, will his lack of biological ties to the children work against him in what could become a fiercely contested legal battle? Jason Morgan, a chance to step into fatherhood. Jason Morgan has always been a distant figure in Danny's life, a choice he made to protect his son from the dangers of his criminal lifestyle. However, Sam's death has forced Jason to reconsider his priorities. Danny has expressed a clear desire to live with Jason, and this may be Jason's chance to finally embrace fatherhood in a way he never could before. Jason's life is a paradox. On one hand, he's an experienced protector, capable of shielding his family from harm. On the other hand, his dangerous world may still pose a risk to the children. This duality creates a compelling case both for and against Jason taking on a more active parenting role. As Jason reflects on what he lost with Jake and how he could make amends with Danny, the decision weighs heavily on him. Can he provide the stability the children need, or will his past continue to cast a shadow over their future? Drew Cain, the political powerhouse. Drew Cain's role as Scout's father complicates the equation further. As a loving and attentive parent, Drew seems like a natural choice to step up for both Scout and her older brother, Danny. However, recent developments in Drew's life threaten to undermine his candidacy. His victory in a congressional election means he's bound for Washington, D.C., a responsibility that could limit his availability to be a hands-on parent. Adding fuel to the fire is Drew's rumored affair with Willow. This personal entanglement not only distracts him but also raises questions about his priorities. While Drew's love for Scout is undeniable, the demands of his political career and personal life could hinder his ability to provide the stability that Danny and Scout desperately need. And as if the situation weren't complicated enough, whispers in Port Charles suggest Drew may soon face yet another twist in his personal life, one that could shift the custody battle in an entirely new direction. The legal tangle and family dynamics. Alexis Davis, Sam's mother, finds herself deeply involved in the custody proceedings, not just as a concerned grandmother but as a legal expert navigating the tangled web of familial obligations. Alexis was shocked to discover that Sam's outdated will named Drew as the children's legal guardian, a choice that no longer aligns with the realities of their lives. The will predated Jason's return, Sam's relationship with Dante, and all the dramatic twists that have since reshaped her family. Alexis, alongside her daughter Molly Lansing Davis, has been dissecting Sam's reasoning, questioning why she left the fate of her children in Drew's hands without revising her will. The revelation has not only sparked potential legal battles but has also raised emotional tensions among the three men vying for custody. Alexis's role as both a mother and a legal advisor places her in a precarious position, torn between advocating for her grandchildren's best interests and respecting the memory of her daughter. The community's perspective, divided loyalties. The custody debate has become a hot topic in Port Charles, with opinions sharply divided. Some residents see Dante as the obvious choice, given his close relationship with the children and his proven track record as a steady parental figure. Others argue that Jason, as Danny's biological father, deserves a chance to build the family he's always wanted. Meanwhile, Drew's supporters point to his love for Scout and his unshakable commitment to doing right by his daughter. But beyond the legal arguments and personal loyalties, there's a larger question at play: what do Danny and Scout need most in the wake of their mother's death? Stability, love, and a sense of belonging are paramount, and the answer to who can provide those things isn't as straightforward as it seems. What lies ahead for Danny and Scout? As the custody battle looms, one thing is certain: Port Charles is bracing for a fight that will test the bonds of family, loyalty, and love. Danny and Scout's futures hang in the balance, and the decisions made in the coming weeks will shape the course of their lives forever. Will Dante's steady hand prevail? Can Jason step up and offer the stability he's long avoided? Or will Drew's deep love for Scout outweigh the challenges of his political and personal life? The answers lie ahead in what promises to be one of Port Charles's most emotionally charged legal battles. What's next for Lulu in Port Charles? Port Charles is abuzz with anticipation as Alexa Havens steps into the role of Lulu Spencer, bringing her character back to life in a dramatic post-coma storyline. With her return, Havens' portrayal promises to make significant waves, setting the stage for exciting developments. General Hospital spoilers tease that this new version of Lulu will bring fresh dynamics to the table, challenging old relationships and forging new ones. As fans eagerly watch this revitalized storyline unfold, questions linger about how Lulu's awakening will impact those closest to her. How will her reintroduction affect her family and former romantic interests? Viewers are on the edge of their seats, ready for the surprises that Havens' version of Lulu has in store. Emmy Ryland finds her strength. While Alexa Havens makes a splash as Lulu on screen, former Lulu portrayer Emmy Ryland has been focusing on herself off-screen. On November 20th, Ryland shared candid updates on Instagram about her mental health journey, giving fans a glimpse into how she's coping with the recast news. Though she didn't explicitly mention Lulu's recasting, her posts made it clear that the situation weighed heavily on her. To combat the emotional toll, Ryland dedicated the day to self-care. She documented her mental health day, starting with physical activity to flush out negativity. A treadmill photo revealed her love of running to release pent-up anger, while a set of weights became a symbol of her inner strength. "Lifting reminds me that I'm a strong, badass BTCH," Rylan proudly shared. She also indulged in restorative practices, posting pictures of a sauna and steam room where she intended to sweat out any last bit of toxic energy. These activities allowed her to regain her equilibrium, and by the end of the day, her efforts had paid off. "Okay, I've gotta be honest. It's working," Rylan admitted with a smile, looking refreshed and rejuvenated. The power of pampering, Rylan's journey to relaxation. After her physical and emotional reset, Rylan treated herself to some retail therapy. A stop at Sephora, which she dubbed her obvious next stop, added a fun and indulgent touch to her day. This light-hearted moment showcased Rylan's ability to find joy even in challenging times. By embracing self-care and focusing on her well-being, Rylan demonstrated resilience in the face of professional disappointment. Her openness about her struggles resonated with fans, who rallied around her with support and encouragement. A bitter blow, the recasting decision. The decision to recast Lulu was undoubtedly a difficult pill for Emmy Rylan to swallow. Many fans still remember her as an exceptional Lulu, a portrayal that brought depth and complexity to the character. When news broke that Alexa Havins would take over the role, it came as a shock to Rylan, who had expected to be invited back to reprise her part once Lulu came out of her coma. Instead, the show's creative team opted to take Lulu in a new direction, a move that left Rylan blindsided. The shift wasn't without controversy, as fans voiced their opinions on the change. However, most agree that Havins has done an admirable job stepping into Lulu's shoes, bringing her own unique flair to the beloved character. Havins steps into the spotlight. Despite the initial backlash, Alexa Havins has quickly won over many viewers with her portrayal of Lulu. Her fresh take on the character breathes new life into the role, allowing for creative exploration and exciting plot twists. As Lulu awakens from her coma, Havins delivers a performance that captures the nuances of a woman reconnecting with her life after a long absence. This reinvention of Lulu offers endless possibilities for drama, romance, and intrigue. Whether it's navigating complicated family dynamics or rekindling old flames, Havins' version of Lulu is poised to leave a lasting impact on Port Charles. Fans are eager to see how the character evolves under her portrayal and how her presence will shift the show's landscape. A fan-favorite legacy, Rylan's contribution to Lulu's story. Though Alexa Havins is making her mark, Emmy Rylan's contributions to the character of Lulu remain unforgettable. During her tenure, Rylan brought vulnerability, strength, and charisma to Lulu, earning her a devoted fanbase. From navigating tumultuous relationships to dealing with family crises, Rylan's portrayal captured the heart of Lulu's journey. Her exit from the role leaves behind a legacy that Havins now has the opportunity to build upon. While the change may be bittersweet for longtime viewers, it also opens the door to new storytelling opportunities and fresh perspectives on a beloved character. The emotional toll of change. For Rylan, the decision to recast Lulu wasn't just a professional setback, it was a personal one. The disappointment of not being asked back was compounded by the emotional connection she had to the character and her place in the General Hospital family. Her Instagram posts highlight the complex emotions tied to such a significant career shift, showing both vulnerability and strength as she processes the change. Rylan's journey serves as a reminder that behind the glitz and drama of the soap opera world are real people with real feelings. Her transparency about her struggles has endeared her even more to her fans, who continue to support her as she navigates this challenging chapter. Looking ahead, a tale of two Lulus. As Alexa Havins forges a new path for Lulu Spencer, Emmy Rylan finds solace in self-care and personal growth. The transition may mark the end of one era and the beginning of another, but the heart of Lulu's story remains intact, a tale of resilience, love, and family. Port Charles is moving forward with its reinvigorated Lulu, and fans are excited to see how her return shakes up the show. At the same time, they carry fond memories of Rylan's portrayal and wish her the best in her future endeavors. Whether on-screen or off, both actresses have left their mark on the iconic role, ensuring that Lulu Spencer's legacy will continue to thrive.